Hey guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, October 22nd, 2013. This is Jennifer. It's going to be a slightly unusual video today because I filmed two segments before today because I had things that I needed to get in the mail. So let's do the things that I have on the wall first and then we'll go back into the past. So first of all, I have two Stars for Linus quilts. These are the two Stars for Linus I finished at the last Linus workday, and I sent them off with one of our awesome volunteer quilters. They came back to me, they're all quilted, she even trimmed them for me, and now I just need to put the binding on. But I thought I'd show these to you guys while I have them fresh in my mind, and I'm going to get the binding on these and they will go out this next month. Speaking of Linus, just really quick, if you guys get the opportunity, go to thelinusconnection.org. That link is always under my video or on the sidebar on my blog. You can always find Linus really easily wherever I am. We had our big birthday party and our challenge last weekend, and the quilts and the Afghans were gorgeous. And we even had a Talk to Me Tuesday with an Afghan in there. And you get 100 points if you can figure out which one of the Afghans was made by one of our girls. So anyway, go check those out. There are lots of gorgeous pictures. This is a cause that's really important to me. It's a local charity to Austin. I've been volunteering. It'll be 11 years next month. Yeah, 11 years next month. And anyway, go have a look. Go take a look at the pictures. Don't look for me because I took all the pictures, so I'm not in any of them. I'm behind the camera on every single one. But anyway, go have a look. They're gorgeous, and I hope you find some quilty and crafty and yarn inspiration from all the just gorgeous things that were made by our volunteers. The other thing I want to show you guys today really quick before we go back into the past are these three bibs right up here, and I'm going to grab them really quick so I can show them to you better. As I mentioned a few weeks ago, I've been trying to add some things to my Etsy shop that were older projects that I don't really need anymore, and they were samples that I made. These were all samples that I made for The Book That Wasn't, which is the new name for that project. These are bibs that I made that were going to be sample projects for the book, and now that I'm moving on and I've revamped, I'm selling these bibs on Etsy for they're $6.99 each plus shipping. These are all unique, one-of-a-kind projects. I only made one of them ever, and these are reversible bibs. They're 100% cotton. They've got a Velcro closure that I have stitched and stitched and stitched to make sure that it won't come off. And each one of these would make a fabulous say a drool bib, which is something that I used a lot of when my kids were little, you know, when they start teething and they just turn into little faucets. It's a lot easier to change a bib than it is to have to constantly change their clothes. So we've got a fairy godmother, and she's also reversible. And the first one I showed you, her name is Wee Witch, and she's just a tiny witch dressed in pink. And then we have Wise Old Wizard. He's actually got his little buckle boots. He's super cute, and I love this swirly fabric on the back. And that's it. Three bibs that are each available individually, and they're all in my Etsy shop. Now that I've shown you what I've got on the wall, let's go back into the past and have a look at what I did last week. I have a very special gift that I sent away to my best girlfriend Jules, and then I have a little tiny itty bit of Halloween costuming that I did. I feel so bizarre not to be doing epic Halloween costuming in October this year, but my kids are kind of at the point where they're doing their own thing and they're kind of costuming for themselves, and it's weird. I'm sort of at a loss. There's something I'd like to do for myself, and I've been kind of looking in the thrift stores, and if I find what I'm looking for, I promise I will show you guys. So now back to the past. So as I mentioned last week, my best girlfriend Joel's birthday was the day after my last Talk to Me Tuesday. Well, this is actually last Tuesday, and I'm coming to you from the past, and I want to share with you the gift that I made for her. I want to give you a little backstory on this. Jules is a big Agatha Christie fan. She loves that style of mystery. She really enjoys the movie adaptations and all the different books. And I had for some time thought I really wanted to do something Agatha Christie themed because it's a very personal thing to her, and that's, you know, when you're giving a gift to someone, especially when I'm making something for someone, I really want it to mean something to them. So I was just absolutely racking my brain trying to think of something, and I couldn't come up with anything that really spoke to me. And then just sitting down and Googling Agatha Christie images, I came across this book cover that just shouted at me that it needed to be a quilt. Probably within just a minute of having seen that picture, I was already designing this project. So I will let you in on a little secret before I show it to you because it's kind of crazy, and when I get into design mode and I'm working on a project, I just go flat out. I don't want to eat. I don't want to do anything. I just want to design and sew. I designed, pieced, quilted, and bound this project in 2 days. I did all of the first half of it in about half a day, and then I did all the rest of it in about another half day plus a little bit. And I'm super proud of it. I'm really pleased with it. It has paper piecing, it has embroidery, it has strip piecing. It's very personal, and I am really hopeful that she loves it as much as I love making it. So without further ado, I'm going to unveil this very special quilt. So this is the book cover for The Body in the Library by Agatha Christie. I haven't been able to find a date on the actual original book cover, but it looks very sort of Art Deco to me, just based on the styling and the fonts and everything. All of the words for the title are built into book spines. And that's what really appealed to me. When I saw that, I thought, I have to do this because it is so striking, it's so graphic. It took me a little while to figure it out, but as soon as I got it all drafted out, I was pulling my fabric, I was piecing, and like I said, I got this done in just absolutely record time. I actually hand embroidered the author's name, and that took me like an evening plus a little bit of the next morning. I just want to show you guys a little bit close up so you can see what I mean about the book spines being, see how like this is one book, and this is one book, and this is one book, and those three books together make the letter T. The same thing on the E. And I really just love how graphic this is and how you get that bookshelf feeling, but you also obviously see the title. And then we have Agatha Christie, which is all backstitched. I used 3 strands of DMC for the name and just 2 for the by. The original book cover also had pink shelving, but it was just in between the shelves. I went ahead and did a border of it just to kind of bring it all together and make it look more like a bookcase. And as usual, I put my little tabs on the back, so all she'll have to do is put a dowel rod in there to hang it up. And it is labeled down here with a personal message. And this is the same thing where I folded a square in half and I sewed it into the binding. And you can see that it's pretty heavily quilted. I really went to town on the quilting because this is a wall hanging. And I really wanted it to be nicely quilted. I just went to town and I had a good time quilting it. It was super fun. And Jules, when you watch this, I want you to know that every stitch in here was stitched with love. And this is a one-of-a-kind piece. I don't have any plans of sharing this pattern because I did this for Jules, and I think that, at least for the time being, having only one of these available in the whole world makes it a little extra special. Hey guys, it's Monday and I'm about to head to the post office. Before I went, I wanted to show you what I'm about to mail. I helped my daughter do some thrifting long distance, and she needed a little black dress with some red detailing for a Mass Effect themed costume that she's working on. So I found a little black dress through many photos being texted to her and getting her evaluation on them. And I found this little black dress, and then I put these details on here using rat tail cord. So this is rat tail cord. I actually bought this whole thing. It was on sale. I got it for like $4, and I've already used all I need, and I still have all this left. So I'm going to throw this in my beading stuff. But anyway, so she just needed this little detail. So what I did was I used my satin stitch foot, and I just drew a little chalk line for this curve, and then I just satin stitched with invisible thread over it down to the bottom, just tucked it under the end, and then I actually just hand stitched this down. And it's got a little fray block on both ends to make sure it doesn't fray. And then it gets that little red detail that she needed on this dress. I hope you enjoyed those special treats from the past. If you're in the market for a bib, make sure you check out my Etsy shop. If you're interested in Stars for Linus, check out sewhook.com and check out how I collect these for Stars for Linus and how these quilts came to be. Be sure you check out the linusconnection.org for lots of great quilting and Afghani goodness. And also, be sure and stop by Sew Hooked. This is the 3rd week of Name That Mustache. I've got 3 more fabulous mustache names. Mustache 4, 5, and 6 were named Walter, Raleigh, and Beauregard, all fabulous names. I've got 6 more to name. There are 3 this week, and there'll be 3 next week. Check out So Hooked for crafts from Halloween's past, which I've had so much fun with this month. I'm trying to do 2 of those a week, and I should have, I think there are maybe 3 left this month. Also, make sure if you are participating in the Fault in Our Stars design challenge that you get that design in today. Today is the deadline for the Fault in Our Stars design challenge. I've already seen a couple of the designs and they are amazing, and I really hope that you get something in too, because the more we have, the more designs we have that can go into a quilt. I'm hoping we have enough for an entire quilt, because that would be brilliant. I have an easy challenge for you guys for next week. Tuesday next week is the 29th of October, and I would love to challenge all of you to do your Talk to Me Tuesdays in costume. So if you have a costume that you love, especially if it's one that you made or thrifted or put together in any way, even if it's not, I'd love to see you guys in costume next week. Little Halloween celebration. I just think it would be super fun to do that, and hopefully that'll give everyone some inspiration. I know I've had a couple people tell me that they've been feeling a bit dry in the crafty world, and I think maybe just a little costuming goodness will get everybody revved up, and at the very least it will be fun. So I hope to see you guys next week in costume. Bye.